and looking for revenge. But this Heat defense was swarming all night, would not give the Knicks any good looks, and it was a knockdown, drag-out fight. But the Knicks would still take a 7-point lead into the third, led by the second unit of D. Rose and Emmanuel Quickly. But in the third quarter, it was Jimmy time. Jimmy Butler erupts for 15 third-quarter points, and the Heat turned the heat up on the Knicks, man. 39-point quarter to 21. Knicks would go into the fourth quarter down 11. They would make it interesting, try to cut it to 6, but it was just too little too late, man. The Heat were just all over the ball. Three-point shooters came alive, and once again, the Heat defense just was unstoppable tonight. Heat win 98-88. Knicks just could not get it done tonight. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. This is Knicks Post Game Live. Number one show for the fans, by the fans, presented by Manscaped. CP, Ashley Mall, CK2K in the building. I hate losing to Miami Heat, man. No matter who they have, no matter what year it is, I don't care what it is. As long as Pat Riley's still in charge of that team, still a rival, still a team that I absolutely hate. And we get swept. Season sweep by the Miami Heat. 2 close games, and this one really wasn't that close at all. Heat win it 98-88. CK, give me some thoughts, man. Kick us off, bro.
I won't be the one to bring it up, but we are officially 0-1 since Mike Woodson left.
Catching L's all day, bro. Catching L's all day.
Right, man. Anyways, but yeah, no, it was a tough game. This is one of those games that, like CP said, you do not want to lose for many reasons. I mean, yes, they're right behind us in that playoff hunt. Yes, it's the damn Miami Heat, and yes, it was in the Garden. It was the trifecta that we did not want to happen tonight, and it was a tough loss. To me, you know, one of the bigger things that was that I really caught my eye was Julius Randle. I feel like he really picked it up in that second half, but he didn't look all the way 100.
No.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if we're going to talk about that today, but that was definitely something that poked out at me. But yet another game of the zone that we struggle with, but Miami Heat take us out, and I hate saying that.
Yeah, Julius did come back from the thigh contusion. Really didn't look like himself. Was dragging that leg clearly, especially in the first half. He was really laboring on it, and I think it impacted him on both ends, especially on the defensive end. Miami was able to, have their way against him. Got a lot of hustle plays against him, a lot of second chance rebounds and things of that nature. He just wasn't the same. He gave it his all. I thought he got out, but clearly wasn't healthy. Ash, how you feeling right now?
Whew. So it's always interesting when the Knicks and Heat play each other because, as you guys know, I covered the Heat for a long time, for almost 2 years. So I know this team very, very well. And the one thing about Miami, and I saw this in the game tonight, is that, one, they have a lot of talent. You can't deny that. You see it on the court. But tonight it was interesting because it came in spurts. And that has to be attributed to the Knicks have a solid defense, top 5 in the NBA. But here's where it gets tricky because our offense can't technically compete with a team as deep as the Miami Heat. What you have to do is take advantage of what they give you, right? So there were instances in this game where Miami went cold. You look especially in the first half, their shots weren't falling. There was a lot of time for the Knicks to go ahead and strike while the iron was hot, and we did not take advantage. We kind of were playing into their pace instead of setting the pace. So then what you do, eventually shooters get hot, and it comes in spurts, and you saw that in the third quarter, a quarter that Miami usually is very lethargic in. They actually played exceptionally well in tonight. Then in the fourth, you just let the gates of hell wide open. So Miami did not take advantage. Well, the Knicks rather did not take advantage of Miami's gaps in the game tonight. And that was a big difference maker in tonight's game because, again, like I said, when you have offensive holes in your game like the Knicks do, you can't try to get into a shootout with a team that has shooters. You will lose every single time. You have to rely on your defense, and you have to rely on the pace of the game and taking what they give you. And New York did not do that tonight. You failed miserably at that.
Great points. And, this Heat defense has once again been masterful by Spoelstra. Give credit where it's due. For the third time this season in their matchup, Spoelstra has had the right answer for this Knicks offense. An offense that likes to get to the paint, an offense that likes to drive, whether it's Peyton, whether it's RJ, whether it's Julius. They know that's where we like to thrive. Heat team, give them credit, even though they've been teetering. They're in the 8th seed right now, been dealing with injuries. They're still a top 5 defense in this league. They're still the number 1 defense in terms of points in the paint and opponent field goals made, opponent's field goal percentage. They're in the top 3 in all 3 of those categories. So this defense is they're fast, they're flexible, they play loose, and they swarm. They put a lot of pressure on our ball handlers. They did it for the 3rd game now against this team, and the Knicks just did not have the proper adjustments to really counter it. And I was waiting for Jimmy to make his move, man, because the first half he was quiet. And I'm like, Jimmy Butler has not made his mark on this game. 3rd quarter, we had a 7-point lead. Jimmy Butler just went off in that 3rd quarter. Combine that with the fact that Knicks got in foul trouble with 7 minutes left in the 3rd. Heat were in the bonus by that time. So they were the aggressors. Knicks had to kind of take their foot off the pedal. Then Duncan Robinson starts going off. You have Heroes start going off. So their 3-point shooters, as you said, Ash, start to go off. And it was just tough, man. Knicks get outscored in the second half, 62-45, including a 39-point 3rd quarter for the Heat. So that was just hard to come back from.
And again, that just comes down to not playing your game of basketball, right? So every team has a strong suit. For the Knicks right now, it's the defense. You could even see in a lot of the shots. First of all, we were allowed them to take too many threes uncontested. They had all the time in the world to take shots. Trust me, Miami does not need the help getting shots up. What you need to do is contest them. You need to make it uncomfortable for shooters to shoot. That's not just with Miami, that's with all teams. Because one thing shooters don't like is being uncomfortable in shots they're accustomed to taking without a problem.
Yeah.
If you're a top 5 defense in the NBA, you should go ahead and make it uncomfortable. You're supposed to put pressure on these guys. The Knicks were just too focused on trying to play the 3 game, and you can't compete with that, like I said, when you don't have the shooters. And I know people in the chat are going to, complain about the rotations and things like that. You can rotate it, you can flip it, you can reverse it, you can put it back, you can put it forth, upside. You just don't have the depth. You can't compete with what you don't have. The rotations necessarily wouldn't have mattered, but you're supposed to work with what you do have, and the Knicks didn't play their game. So
big time. And CK, I thought a turning point in this game, even though it was a game of runs and we still could have cut it to at least 6 in that 4th. I thought a big turning point in this game. Knicks were down by 5 with a minute left in that 3rd quarter. The Heat would go on to hit 3 threes. Combine that with a Julius Randle travel before the 3rd 3, and then they got a 3rd 3 from Vincent. 3 threes in the final minute, plus a bad turnover by Julius Randle, put the Knicks down 11 going into the 4th quarter, man. And like I said, even though it was a game of runs, they just did not have the offense to go up against a tight Heat defense to be able to play catch-up. You just can't play catch-up like that.
We went on a few baby runs there in that second half, and they just their runs were way better than ours, because it was that one that you just talked about. We also had a nice little run in that 4th quarter where it looked like we were making a little, I don't want to bring this term back because we're playing better this year, but we had a little bit of a fake comeback from the Knicks. That was a throwback that we used to do all the time in the 4th quarter. And we had one of those in this game where it seemed like, we were trying to figure it out. Julius Randle was starting to heat up after having such a rough first half. But yeah, man, Miami Heat just on both ends, they're poised, man. Like it's crazy, and I hate it. I hate how well oiled they always come out against us, and it always irritates the hell out of me. I don't care who they have on that team.
Always
LeBron James, no LeBron James. Jimmy Butler, no Jimmy Butler. Like whoever was on that team, they always well oiled when they play against us, and it pisses me off every single time.
Big time, man.
It's not necessarily that they're always well oiled, because they didn't come out looking the best. They didn't come out looking the hottest. I think what the difference is that Coach Spo and the team in general are good at adjusting. They're good at focusing on the immediate problem. So they go into the game with a game plan. And I think this is also where the Knicks suffer because of Tibbs' stubbornness. And we've spoken about this throughout the season, is if you look at the differences, Coach Spo will go into the game with a certain, game plan. He has a certain way that he wants to go ahead and construct this game. But basketball is a game of runs and possessions. And as the game continues and as you start seeing the runs and the possessions, sometimes you have to change your game plan because that's not working with the current pace of the game. But the difference with Tibbs is he will try to ram his rotations and his game plan down your throat and make it work. And it's essentially trying to put, a square into a triangle peg. It's not going to fit right now. We got to do something else. And I think that's the difference in the coaching, at least in this game. And from what we've seen from Tibbs in a few other games this season, a lot of games this season. And that's one of my biggest critiques of him.
But to that
Yeah,
point,
go ahead, bro.
the defense though at least was there from the beginning. Like
Right.
that was, and that's why the Heat can do exactly what you just said. They can have those moments to adjust and then make do with what they got because the defense never lets up. And I think that was the main thing because it seemed like we were in the game, but we could not score in a lot of those situations where we wanted to take the lead. And they had RJ locked up. For the first half, Julius Randle couldn't find a bucket. Reggie Bullock was was finding dumb shots that didn't make any sense because there was nothing else that we can get. Alfred Payton was shot out because he couldn't get in the paint. So I feel like the defense was just good from the jump, where they can do exactly that, what the Heat do so well, and readjust. This ain't working, let's do this. And like I said, it's just they're just always ready, and I hate them. I just hate them.
And Miami's not even a top 5 defense in the NBA this season.
No, they are.
Just when they want to be.
They are.
They are now?
Yeah, they are.
So they jumped up.
So they jumped
They're
up
number
because
4.
before the All-Star break, they were top 10, but not top 5.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
they
so
are.
they jumped
are.
up.
And again, like
they
against the paint, field goals made, field goal percentage. Yeah, they're up there. They're still up there.
Where are they at? 5, 3, 4?
They are. I think against the paint, they're 2. I got to double check. I think against the paint, they're 2. Field goals made, they're about 3. And opponents' points against, they are 4th.
Okay, so they're
4th.
you know what I call that? That's Pat Riley playoff mode. That's what we call it down here in Miami. What he's doing, that's what he's gearing this team up to do. He's getting them ready for the playoffs. That's what they call him, the 305. Pat Riley playoff mode.
CK, you spoke about RJ, and this is right on the money. If you guys saw Court Vision, the episode that we did on Court Vision, I made sure, on top of RJ's good, I made sure to highlight the 2 games against the Heat because their adjustments, their game plan against him was the same thing that we saw here tonight. He went 1 for 6 in the first game against them, 5 for 14 in the second game, 4 for 12 tonight, 10 for 32 overall for RJ Barrett. And here was the difference. Here's how they played him in that first game. I'm going to just cut to a quick sequence of KnicksFanTV Court Vision. And here's how they played him. And all the Knick guards, what they want to do is they want to blitz that pick and roll. Whether it's RJ, whether it's Peyton, they want to blitz that pick and roll and force them outside of the perimeter. And this is what you saw from them all night tonight. They want to force those guards outside the perimeter, make them make tough adjustments, and force you to make tough shots in the perimeter. The Knicks are just not a good team in terms of pull-up jump shots, in terms of jump shots off the dribble. And this is what they do. They swarm. They swarm in the paint, and they blitz you on the pick and roll. And this is what RJ saw tonight once again. They gave him no room to move, and they forced him into some bad shots. They forced Bullock into a ton of bad shots tonight as well, but we won't even take it there. But this is what the Heat do. And whether it's RJ, whether it's Peyton, whether it's Derrick Rose, they're gonna blitz the ball handlers on the pick and roll and make a decision. So what the Knicks are gonna have to do, they're gonna have to make quick decisions. You need a guy inside the middle of the paint that you can get it to, where he can break down the defense from there. But the Knicks they couldn't get that tonight. And that overall takes you out of your flow and prohibits a lot of the stuff that they like to do. And like I said, between RJ, Peyton, Randall, that's their bread and butter. They want to get into the paint. They want to drive into the paint. When we set those pick and rolls, they're not playing it to pass. These guys are trying to get to the hole. They're trying to drive to the paint and get a bucket. And the Heat, they blitz it. It's a sellout type of defense on the pick and roll. And they say, you guys got to beat us on the perimeter. And we know that this Knick team, this Knick starting unit, is just not a good half court unit. So it plays right into their hands. This is a bad matchup for us.
Yeah.
I miss my Mitch tonight. I'll tell you that much.
Well, Noel played well. I thought Noel played very well tonight, man. 4 blocks.
I still miss my Mitch. It's just that.
Yeah.
It's a different, not only defensively, which wasn't that drastic of an issue tonight. I mean, until like more of the second half, but offensively, he just brings something, and that was the something I was missing. I'm missing that something, and that's why I was rallying to bring Boogie into the equation. But everyone wanted to say I was crazy. But this would have been a different game, I feel like, if Boogie was in the equation. That's just my
Well, part of it is offensive rebounds. You know what I mean? And that's something that we didn't get a lot of tonight. We got 6. He got 13. They got 13 boards. And so we were definitely missing Mitch's activity around the glass. I could definitely say that. But overall, I thought Noel was solid in terms of rim protection. 8 points, 11 boards, 4 blocks tonight. So I thought Noel did very well, man.
Yeah. And another key player, I don't know if we were moving on to that next, but another key player too that we've been talking about for the past 4 or 5 games, Alec Burks, only 4 shots tonight. That was something I didn't like. I don't know if you want to attest that to the defense. I don't know if you want to attest that to the rotation. Whatever you want to put that on. For someone who's been so important for us offensively, especially in a night like tonight where we needed offense, 4 shots. Wasn't a big fan of that. Was not a big fan of that. Like I said, there was a lot of instances where I saw that the Heat were on top of him, wouldn't let him get to his spots on offense, so he wasn't getting those shots up. But at the same time, I feel like we weren't really working hard enough to get him the shots that we needed. Instead, we were settling from some other shots that just made absolutely no sense in the offense. So I feel like that was also another hidden gem in tonight's loss.
Yeah, Burks was quiet tonight.
We also were getting, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but we were getting crushed on the boards. And that's why I said we missed Mitch, because he helps us in that aspect. You need somebody going ahead and getting you those second, third chance opportunities. Bam was out there. He lived on the boards tonight.
Bam he
might as well have been glued to them.
Bam was
you missed
eating.
that from Bam.
Every offensive board was him.
You missed that from Mitch. And that's what I was saying. The game would have been different. You would have gotten more opportunities, more looks at the basket that you drastically needed, especially when you don't have the offensive talent that Miami has. You need as many possessions as you can get. And if you can get that ball back twice, 3 times a possession, that's 2-3 more opportunities to make a basket. And that's what we were missing. And we need somebody who can just kind of live on the boards. And I know people say Boogie is washed and things like that.
Nah, they got to call him, man, because Noel almost got hurt, man.
One thing Boogie can do is he can get those boards for you. He may not put up a lot of points.
Yeah.
But he gets you a lot of opportunities to get the points yourself. So I don't know, I don't know. You know how I feel about Boogie, so.
The thing, I mean, listen, he's still going to be a third stringer, but Noel just off of dead whistle, trying to put back a slam, he almost tears his shoulder out. I thought we lost him in the first quarter. So I was like, damn, call Boogie right away. We need somebody, man, because, with Taj being up there in age, Noel just not, just being, susceptible to injuries. I think we need another piece there, just for some reinforcements, because Mitch had foot surgery today in his 5th metatarsal. No timetable set, but I can't imagine him being back before 2-3 months. So that's gonna be tough.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Who else? Bullock. I thought Bullock's shot attempts all night was atrocious. My man was trying to hit Steph Curry 40-footers. You got to relax. 0 for 4 from downtown, 1 for 5 from the field. I also thought his defense wasn't particularly good tonight, and we needed it, especially on Jimmy in that third quarter. Bullock just didn't have it for that starting unit. Peyton, 5 points, 2 for 4. Off the bench, we got good production from Rose and IQ. I thought part of Burks losing his touches was I thought Rose was trying to make things happen, especially in that third and fourth quarter, and so between him and Randall, trying to force the issue there, I thought that also took away from Burks' touches, and so Burks had a quiet night, 2 for 4 from the field, 2 of 4 from the field, and 6 points. 6 points. So that's it, man. 98-88. The Knicks go down. Tough game. Tough loss. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Let me salute the super chats that came in. The Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Everybody throw a hashtag P in the chat. Says, our God has respect for Jimmy and the Butlerisms right now. A bit too much. This will turn, and Butler knows this. Yeah, we got to see what the adjustments are going to be. RJ's got to make those adjustments. This team has his number, and if we're fortunate to make the 4th or 5th seed and we see this team, it's not going to be a good look. This is not the team you want to see in that 4-5 matchup because they just match up too well against us, and everything that we do well, they're very good at taking away, and it makes us a bad half-court team, starting unit, even worse. So it's just hard, man. It's just hard. But, they made a good point on the MSG postgame showing that we got to get out in transition. And that is more so with Rose. The problem is, how much minutes are you going to give him?
Right.
That's the thing. You got to push the pace and try to get easy buckets when you're a bad half-court team. It's just how much minutes are you going to give him, and can he start? I'm just not sure.
Yeah, and he's the only one that can do it. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
He's literally the only one that can do it. I mean, I don't even know if I can say IQ is one that can lead a break. You know, Derrick
It's
Rose is
Rose,
the
man.
only guard we have that can lead a break. And nights like tonight, we need that. We need that. And that's something I've been asking for so long. Because up for Peyton, like I said, once you just take him out of the paint, he's useless, and we saw that tonight. I don't know. I hate giving the Heat compliments, but they just have our number, bro.
Yeah.
They just have our number.
The defense is stifling, man. I got to pull up the rest of the super chats because YouTube erased them, so I got to go on the back end. But let's get to the phones. Let's hear from Ron from Baltimore. Ron, what's going on?
How you guys doing?
Good, bro. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I'm going to give this team the benefit of the doubt. Whenever they have a bad loss, they come back the next game and they find a way to win, and we have to do that. I mean, but what was disappointing about this one is I really feel like we could have. I give credit to Miami. We didn't play well, and it's just other than Noel and Rose. No, I mean, I can't really blame one person. I just think the whole team didn't play well. I didn't think Randall had it.
Yeah.
I mean, Randall needs to make his free throws.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been several games. I understand he came back, but I need all the free throws to be made because he's so good, and I take him for granted. But he's better than that. He's better than 5 for 8 from the line. We shot 12 for 20 from the free throw line. That's unacceptable. I agree with you. I thought Elf and Reggie killed us in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Reggie all of a sudden thought he was Michael Jordan.
Man.
And I was praising Reggie Bullock for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was praising him. He's not Michael Jordan. You can't just do crazy things. Just play within yourself. And then, Burks didn't have it. Quickly was bad, too. And Quickly, I know he was trying to draw a foul there. And he probably did get fouled. But don't complain. Just get back on defense.
Yeah. It hurt us.
Get back.
It hurt us,
Get
man.
back.
Between the
RJ had a bad game.
yeah.
It's just nobody had a good game. But look, we got to give this team the benefit of the doubt. They've been terrific all year, bouncing back. I'm not going to give up on them. Respect to the Heat. I wanted this one because if we have to play this team, you want to feel like you got one. But look, anything can happen this year. It's a weird year. They didn't have it. Shout out to Nerlens Noel. We need to get another body, man, because I can't afford to lose Noel, and then we got nothing. So if you know somebody, if you could let them know to sign someone, I appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys because you guys are a tremendous show, man.
Appreciate it, Ron. Appreciate it, man. Hadn't heard from you in a while, man. So hope you're doing well. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, you can't go 60% from the free throw line, and try to win a game. Especially when the offense isn't that good. You got to
Right.
You got to get your free points.
Listen, what do I always say? Free throws are free points. You got to make. In terms of the free throws, no excuse. But in terms of the play, the inconsistencies throughout the game, I don't think Randall, like CK said when he opened, it was 100%.
Yeah.
You can kind of see he wasn't all there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You could easily tell. I don't know if that is going to go ahead and attribute to his, atrocities at the free throw line. But I think if you listen, one thing to do if you're going to be playing in the game, regardless of how you do it actually on the court, when you get to that line, just take the points. As simple as that. I understand that if you're not 100%, you can't, razzle dazzle the crowd like you normally do. But you got to at least make your free throws. You got to at least make those points. You got to at least contribute in that aspect because nobody's on you. Nobody's trying, to defend you. You don't have the pressures of it's literally just you and the basket and the ball. Like it's a real easy equation. So there's no excuse for that.
Definitely got to make them. Let's get back to the phone. DJ from Staten Island, what's going on, bro?
What's up, y'all? Hit that for the team. I was gonna call during the weekend about the Bucks game, but it was just a weird game, so I had nothing I could really comment on.
Yeah.
Now that the trade deadline is over, we could talk straight hoops. And right now, realistically, against Miami, we do not match up well against them at all because they trap everything. They trap everything, and they force you to shoot. And realistically, they got better shooters than us. So the only thing I could say about tonight's game and going forward is that I don't want to see them. I want to see maybe if we get to the playoff run, I want to see Charlotte. I want to see Boston. I want to see that because we're not gonna do well against Miami. I've seen this page too many times.
Yeah.
As far as tonight's game, The only thing I could say that's killing me is that I love Tibbs. Like, get me those. This is not a diss on Tibbs, but when they're trapping you and they're playing zone coach, you got to put some shooters on the floor, and you just got to experiment. I know it's not his thing. This is who Tibbs is. This is who he's gonna be. But you gotta. I mean, you might have to force yourself to go small ball with Randall and put Knox, RJ, Bullock, IQ on the court.
You gotta fight fire with fire, bro.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. You gotta force them. You gotta force them to change their game. And I'm gonna follow up with what you saying, Ashley. Perfect. Boogie. Everybody's having a knock about Boogie's personality and his persona, but you know what he does best? He stretches the floor. That's what we need. We don't need you to hit every shot that you make. You got to stretch the floor, and that helps. That gives you driving lanes. That gives you angles. RJ's not going to be able to do nothing against the Heat, and that's not because he's terrible. It's because his strength is getting to the lane. They're taking that away. I just want to talk about that. You know, going forward, thank God Boston lost to New Orleans.
Yeah.
They have a tough schedule. Everybody's talking about the Knicks schedule, and I'm going to get off real quick. I'm sorry, CP. Everybody's talking about the Knicks schedule. Boston's got a tough schedule. You know, they got a lot of tough games coming up. They're playing against Charlotte, too. They're playing against Miami, too. So our next big game that I'm looking at the calendar is next Wednesday against Boston in Boston. We got to win that game. We have to win that. But that's it. I just want to – and one more thing, because I can't get off without it. Peyton cannot play. I'd rather see Frank, and you know I'm not a fan of Frank. He cannot play in a playoff series. All right, I'm out.
Tough, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, we didn't even see Frank tonight. Didn't even remember Frank was on the team tonight. You know what I mean? Just like I said, when this team gets back to full strength, Frank's not. He's going back to situationships. But to DJ's point, I did agree with him. And Tibbs did try this. Remember the first matchup? And he leaves RJ on the bench for most of the fourth. And people were complaining, where's RJ? Because he was looking for shooting. Same thing in the second matchup. And RJ missed a lot of that fourth quarter in the second matchup. Did come back in for the last play of the game where he almost won it. Or tied it. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah, he almost won it.
Almost won it. But it was because Tibbs was going with more shooters. So he had Burks, he had Bullock, he had IQ out there. So, again, this is something that you would like to see him go to earlier.
Yeah.
To try to combat the zone, because this is they should get used to it, because they're going to see more of it, and if they make the playoffs, they're definitely going to see more of these coverages. For sure. Yeah. 100%.
And I want to speak to two things. One, all you YMCA LA Fitness ballers in the chat coming at me talking like, oh, homegirl thinks she knows basketball. Why don't y'all sit down and keep hitting the backboard?
Oh, who wants to smoke in the chat?
Y'all want to smoke way off.
Who's talking in the chat?
Backboards at the YMCA LA Fitness and all the other gyms that you guys are talking about. You guys out here talking to me.
Call them out, Ash. Let me see. Call them out.
Actually, I am gonna call them out when I scroll up, and I'll get to it. But what I do want to say also is, I know people are fans. I'm not actually a fan of running in the playoffs, meaning I don't like organizing how I'm going to continue playing throughout the remainder of the season based on who I could potentially play in the playoffs and who I have a better chance of beating. Because I feel like, one, that's not a foolproof situation. Yeah. Oh, K-Sway, Ash talking like she can shoot. Can you shoot? Not with a name like K-Sway, you can't.
She calling y'all KnicksFanTV now. God.
KnicksFanTV.
Real Rel saying somebody beat me to it. Homegirl talking like she a hooper. Okay, no, you don't. Anyway, I just feel like y'all can go ahead and continue practicing at LA Fitness and YMC. Let me know when you're done.
But going at the Sims tonight.
I do feel like, here's the thing, you never know what version of the team you're going to get, right? So just because you feel like you can beat Boston right now in March doesn't mean that's going to be the same Boston team that you face in the playoffs.
But we're looking at matchups, though. Yeah, matchups
that's what I'm saying,
at the same
though.
time.
So when you look at but that doesn't mean the playoffs change teams. Sometimes you don't get the same version of a team. Yes, the matchup overall speaking, Miami seems to clearly have our number. But I see people in the chat saying a bunch of different things like, oh, we can beat Boston. We can beat. You don't know who you can beat. That's not a foolproof system. You don't know what a team looks like when it comes into the playoffs. You just have to go ahead and continue working and playing your best basketball, working out your kinks so that whoever you face off against in the playoffs, you're solid enough in what you have going on that you can go ahead and give any team a run for their money. Don't run. We don't run in New York. We compete. We're not doing that anymore.
Never dodge the smoke.
Never
is what you're
dodge the
saying.
smoke. And people
Never
in the
dodge
chat,
the smoke.
yes, right. Never dodge the smoke.
CK, let's DJ was saying that Boston lost, man. Who else? How are we looking in the standings first and foremost? Give us a little update, man.
I mean, that's the biggest positive of tonight's game, right? Is like we had a win streak, we lose it tonight, but looking at the other teams that are close to us and that are trying to compete for our spot outside of the Heat, obviously, because now they're in the 8th seed, 23 and 24. The Boston Celtics, who had a perfect opportunity against the Pelicans at home, they lost. I mean, if you want to talk about the Bulls trying to be in some kind of run, they're playing against the Warriors right
Bulls
now.
playing right now, right?
Yeah, they're playing against and they're down by 5 in halftime. But as far as the teams that are close to us, Indiana lost to Washington earlier, so that's nice. So they're staying down there because we were talking about them possibly making some sort of run. But yeah, man, Boston was the biggest one for tonight. If you want to throw Toronto in that mix, because you think they might steal, I don't think so. I think Toronto's about done this year. So the positive of tonight's loss, outside of us dropping down to the 5th seed, is that other teams that are trying to come up for our spot, they didn't steal the deal tonight. So that's pretty good. I was keeping a close eye on that Dallas game, but okay.
Dallas won. We'll see. We'll see what happens with them, man. Back to the phones. Let's go to down in Florida. Jonathan, what's going on, bro?
Jonathan, hey man, how you guys doing?
What's good, man? Yo, Jonathan, your connection don't sound too good, man. Just go ahead and try to talk a little louder. Hello?
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead, bro.
Perfect. I want to pinpoint 2 things out tonight. One is that I can't stand Randall's attitude towards the end of games. His attitude is just horrible. He needs to have more of that RJ Barrett attitude, just attack. If you miss a shot, just keep on going. Please pick up on defense. That's something that I don't see from Julius Randle. Another thing is that Noel, he had an excellent game today. He came out today strong. He took the team under his wing today, honestly.
Yeah.
Quickly, he had a good game as well. He was just chucking up them threes. He has to slow it down sometimes on that. That's all I got to say for tonight.
All right. Appreciate the call, man. Definitely.
I've been hearing that a lot more lately.
Yeah. With IQ?
That Julius Randle comment. I feel like that's...
Yeah, I spoke to Kellerman about that.
Going on. You're right. Yes. I just feel like we've been hearing that a lot more lately, and it's not being talked about enough. I don't know if I'm fully on. I'm tired of it. I'm still on his passion. Julius Randle, especially on a lot of the games where we come off of losses or something crazy happens the night before. You see it more times than not. Mm-hmm. But I hear the argument. You're right. He's got to stop trying to get the calls, and when he don't get them, get upset. You gotta keep that stone face and keep on playing. But
yeah,
I feel like I've been hearing that a lot more lately from the Knicks fans.
Yeah,
man,
he's got to stay in the game. Got to stay in the game, man. Can't let the refs, can't let the trash talk, the lack of calls get to you, man. You just got to keep playing and push through. Yeah. I really thought the leg was hurting him though. I thought he tried to give it his all. We definitely needed him. And I thought a lot of it was the leg injury. He was trying to push through on it. But, again, that travel in that third quarter, which led to a Heat 3, and, some of the loose balls that the Heat were getting, I thought, he had some chances there that he missed.
I think tonight was a combination of, the frustration of, it's hard playing hurt. It's hard not being able to play 100%. But also, I think Randall's frustration comes from there's a lot of calls he gets overlooked for. There's a lot of things that he doesn't get the same respect that other all-stars or other players playing at his level of basketball type of calls that they get. And I think that's also because he plays for the Knicks. And the Knicks they don't get calls. We don't get the respect that we deserve. So I think it's a combination of that. I also, though, I feel like, look, this is what you signed up for when you joined the New York Knicks. There's always a target on your back. There's always a spotlight over your head. And you're not always going to get the calls. You're not always going to get the respect. Most of the time, you're not going to get either of those things. You have to be able to kind of rise above that and still zero in and have tunnel vision. I think he kind of lets his passion kind of override his basketball IQ at times. Yeah. And I think it clouds his judgment and it clouds The way he's able to maneuver. And I think Julius Randle's a Sagittarius, and they're already like emotional.
Oh God! She brought the signs into this.
They're already sensitive, so I think the fact that he doesn't get the calls that he feels is it just adds that level of sensitivity. But look, you are the leader right now of this franchise.
You
are the leader of them. You got to lead, and leaders lead regardless of how they're feeling at the end of the day.
I was with you on all points, except when the astrology came out, you lost me. I don't know enough about it, Ash. I don't know that. That's your domain, man.
Listen, just Scorpios and Sagittarius are extremely emotional. Just look at Drake.
Oh man!
Perfect example.
Man,
I believe it now. I definitely believe it. Definitely
believe me now.
Kareem from Delaware, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on, fam?
What's good, bro? How you doing, bro?
I know that was crazy. You should say Drake. I'm gonna say that the first quarter, it was very frustrating because it took 6 points, by just playing aggressive under the rim.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about before. Being soft under the rim, it doesn't help us, definitely with the refs. And
how about, and not to cut you off, Kareem, how about that one play in the fourth where the Heat caught 3 offensive rebounds and then they got a 3-pointer? I mean, like, if a shot to the nuts was basketball, that was it, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was a basketball play of a shot to the nuts, bro.
And like I said, the refs, it's like you breathe on Miami. They call every foul. Even Clyde said it. That's so frustrating. But I also want to apologize to Ash the other night. She thought I was taking shots at Obi, because I would say he had the fault syndrome. But I was just congratulating him because it was good to see him have confidence because that's the one thing he's been lacking. And
that confidence was MIA tonight.
Yeah, but he still looked good tonight. I'm not gonna lie. He's getting there. It's going to take time. That's all. Yeah. He don't have to shoot threes all the time because we already have corner knocks already. Right. But even though he was MIA.
Yeah, Obi did have his. He had that drive on Iguodala. That was encouraging. See him put the ball on the floor and actually, be aggressive. That's what we were looking for, Ash. We've been looking for that for weeks. So he finally did that. Got a nice little scoop layup in, and got some boards and stuff like that in the first half. It's real low expectations from him.
I was about to say. I was like, I'd be like, yes.
He ran hard and he played hard. You know what I'm saying? But. I told y'all, man, it's red shirt year for Obi, man. I can't get any more.
Actually, why don't you get mad at him? That's like he basically just said that he's a Penguin with words. Like we were talking about, he ran hard, he tried his best. What's the difference between that and a Penguin emoji?
He apologized first. He said, "I'm sorry," and I'm sorry. You continue the trajectory.
I did not.
You continue the trajectory of the penguin narrative. I know for a fact you dropped penguin emojis.
I did not.
I'm gonna leave my man alone.
I believe you, Obi. I just want Knox to get your miss. That's all.
Started the happy feet narrative.
Yeah.
You're just out here throwing shots
The chat is roasting Kareem right now.
Hasn't he had enough? Hasn't he had enough?
The chat is absolutely roasting Kareem right now, going in. Salute to Kareem from Delaware. He slipped it in. He slipped in a little simping in just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. He didn't want to be all the way out the window. Okay? He didn't want to be all the way out the window, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. Over 1,000 people in here on the check-in. So welcome to KnicksFanTV, #1 show for the fans by the fans, presented by Manscaped. Remember, this show is available in audio podcast format as well. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Alexa, all of that good stuff. And go to manscaped.com, enter promo code Knicks for 20% off plus free shipping on your order. So definitely appreciate Manscaped for supporting the wave. All right, let's take some more calls. Let's go to BK. Chef, what's going on, bro? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, guys? CP, CK, and the Queen Ash. I'm only here because of Ash. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, he jumped all the way. Okay.
I wanted to I wanted to say, Payton really gotta go. Like, honest to God, he just gotta get off the team. And Burlock is a upsetting person. I don't
Bullock.
know why he starts. And Tibbs, yeah, Burlock. I call him Burlock.
Burlock.
And Tibbs really, and Tibbs really need to know when your starters is having a bad night. Like he just needs to know that. And the bench was giving us hope. I ain't gonna lie. Should have just kept them in. The bench was giving us hope. The bench be giving us hope in every game, no lie.
Every
Tibbs
game,
just be putting back the starters, and that just like, damn, bro. If I was the owner of the team, I'll fire Tibbs for that, just for that. Cause those mad games that we had it, but shit, Tibbs went to the starters again, and we lost.
Well, I mean,
that's bad. And Obi
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, finish your point. Finish your point on Obi, bro.
No, I was gonna say Obi finally, you know what I mean, had me up my chair tonight with that little score he did, put the ball down.
Yeah.
I was hoping he does that. For real. But
yeah.
That's
all right,
all
man.
I wanted to say.
Appreciate you, Chef.
Tibbs gotta know.
Take care, bro. Have a good evening. Thanks for calling in. I mean, look, if we look at the minutes distribution for the night, you know, Peyton got 19 minutes. Rose played 26. IQ 17. Bullock played 22. Burks played 27. I think Tibbs was really intending to have these guys out there to finish the game. The game got out of hand in that third quarter. He turned it around. Knicks were up by 7. Finished the quarter down by 11.
They survived every little baby punch we threw at them. Bro.
Everything.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like every time we made a little mini run, they survived it and then doubled it every single time. Yeah. The Burlock comment. And again, y'all talking about Obi like he a little 5-year-old, talking about he had his little nice little move. I'm like, yo.
I was proud of Obi the other game.
Yeah, his
but
nice
the
little
way he said it, like, what is the difference between that and the Penguin? He said, I was proud. He got me obviously with his little move. That's what he said. Word for what he said.
Salute
we
to
need
Obi,
to go
man.
ahead and
Salute
ban
to Obi,
Ari
man.
from this chat. He is causing chaos.
Ari wilding right now. What's he dealing with, man?
Yeah, man, he's trying to pull me down too, bro.
Trademark that. I'm not even a Knicks fan. I'm just here for ads. Put it on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Then somebody said, "Yo, if Angel finds out, it's a fight on site."
Yeah, facts. But you missed when the bootleg Angel came through during the trade deadline and wanted to smoke. Yeah, there was a bootleg Angel that threw us a super chat and he wanted to claim the name. He said, "I'm the real Angel in there," but then he bounced. We never heard from him again. I don't know, man.
Well, for the real Angel, please stand up.
Yeah.
And you don't know yet.
Yeah, and he's here. Let's go to him right now on cue. Angel, what's going on, bro?
Yo, CP, what's good, bro?
What's good, bro? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. Ashley, my queen. Mi amor, ¿cómo está?
Bien, ¿y tú, papo?
Bien. And my boy CK, what's good, bro?
Smooth. What up, bro?
What's good, bro?
Hey, yo, first thing first, man. Hit that like button for y'all boys, man. Y'all need to stop playing. This is the best show on TV.
Yeah, man. Let's hit those thumbs up.
And listen, you know, before I get to my points, you know, yo, CK, that name you gave me, Smooth, man. Everybody calling me Smooth, so I might have to, you know, add that trademark and take a
Take it, bro. It's yours.
Name.
It's yours. That's all I'm gonna call you from now on,
so,
man. That's right.
All right, that's cool. I like that. Because you and CP, man, y'all definitely put that on me. So all my friends was like, Smooth. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
but,
that's what's up. Yes, sir.
But first things first, we all know I'm the real Angel. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy from Philly holding it down as always. Now, I'm about to give y'all some facts, man. As far as this game, you know, this game was over in the third quarter, man. You know, you can't get outscored 39-21 in the third quarter. You know, we just gave up too many baskets, too many threes. You know, and Miami crushed us with 12 offensive rebounds. You know, that's where we missed Mitch. Even though Noel did his thing, but, you know, every time we were cutting into the lead, we just kept on giving up, you know, like easy offensive rebounds. And then the one time we got the rebound after our Noel blocked, and then he turns it right over, and then, you know, they get like 2 offensive rebounds in a row and score. So that really hurt us. But, you know, I'm kind of disappointed in the guards today, you know, like, Peyton gave us 5 points. I mean, come on, bro. Give me a break. You know, Bullock gave us 3 points, and Peyton gave us 5. I mean, come on, bro. Like, seriously? And we just didn't play good, as far as the guards, and then RJ Barrett didn't shoot enough. I would like to see a little bit more aggression. Alec Burks, I'm kind of surprised that he shot, 4 times as well. So I didn't like that as well. And then we shot 60% from the free throw line. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, do y'all need some rice and beans so therefore y'all can make some free throws? I mean, come on. Like what's going on with that? And, and obviously we're not a good, 3-point shooting team. But I felt like, if Frank and Knox were in this game, I'm not saying we would have won, but these boys can hit some corners. Yep. Why not play them for this type of game if they're situational? I just felt like we had Peyton and Bullock in this game too long. And my last thing, to my queen, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to stop coming at my girl. Y'all want to do a 2-on-2, we'll still win because I can shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Angel is throwing his hat in the mix. He wants to hoop.
Right. I got your back, Ash. I got your back.
Oh,
man. We're going to hold it down.
All right, man.
But listen, man.
Yeah, good, bro.
But listen, hit that thumbs up for y'all boys, man, and thanks for taking my call. Love y'all, love the show, and protect everyone from that virus, man.
No
y'all
doubt.
have a good one.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Angel. All right, so Angel is throwing it out there. He's ready to go. 2-on-2. Who wants to smoke?
What's the song? Who wants to smoke?
Who wants the smoke, man? You know what?
The chat is about to be lit on fire.
Yeah, the chat is on fire right now. Chat is definitely on
fire.
fire.
You gotta turn the slow-mo on.
But that's why he gets smooth. This man, Cool, just talked about Frank and Knox, knowing that there's a lot of Frank Hive and Kevin Knox stands.
He's stirring up a lot of emotions right now.
I'm saying, and then made that pivot over to make his move on Ash and Bounce. That is why he gets the nickname. I'm just saying. He knew what he was doing.
He made it, man. But it's no coincidence that none of the guards played
pay your
well.
electricity bill?
My light went out. Hold on.
Yeah, you good, bro? Oh, good.
Hold on. Don't mind me.
Nah, you good, man.
Pay that Con Edison bill, bro.
Now, what I was saying to Angel's point, it's no coincidence that most of the guards outside of, D Rose didn't play well because, like I said, that was Miami's game plan.
Right.
Blitzing the ball handlers, trapping the ball handlers, take away what they do best, which is drive to the lane. That is RJ and Peyton's A1 game. And they cut that out totally.
Took it out
totally. And so that's why they were both rendered ineffective. D Rose had a better game because he's D Rose. Despite it all, he can still attack the gaps, get into the hole. He didn't finish as well, but he still got there and still went 6-13 from the floor. So Miami made it tough on the Knicks all night, man, and that's why these guards. Peyton didn't have a good game, in neither RJ in any of the 3 games that the Heat played the Knicks. It's no coincidence.
It's not.
That was their game plan, and Knicks fell right into it.
Listen, obviously Payton's not going anywhere this season. That ship has sailed. But I swear to God, if I hear his name,
listen, these are options, man.
NBA tip-off next season, I'm going to flip out.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to be gone by the summer. Like, all due respect, respectfully, no offense. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's fun to hang out with. Yeah. You can get a drink.
He's tough. Peyton's still tough, man. He is who he is.
In the future, but this ain't it, and you ain't it, and this is not gonna work.
He is who he is, but Frank ain't getting minutes over him. So this is who we going to war with. You have to figure out what's. Like I said, the biggest question is, can D Rose get more minutes? Because now he's still hovering around that 26. He still got more than Peyton tonight. But I don't know if he's good for 30 plus. Because we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll see. Salute to Thomas Cassie, Team Hashtag New. Thomas, what's going on? Who else we got in here? Team Hashtag New. Who's to everybody in the chat once again? Seeing a lot of simps in the chat. Seeing a lot of penguins. It was the Hashtag News. That's my word, TV. Team Hashtag New. What's going on? Ashley, you want to shout out in the chat tonight?
Obviously, shout out to all the simps. If you are not a LA Fitness YMCA baller, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Real ballers only, please.
Hit that like button.
Also, shout out to everybody. I see a lot of congratulations still for my SNY debut. Thank you guys so much for that. And shout out to all 1,000 of you in the chat. I know it's never fun after a
Tough
loss.
on a
But I
loss, man.
appreciate you guys all for rocking with us, and hopefully we're keeping you entertained on what could have been a win, but did not end up that way. But we're trying to make the best out of the situation.
Jason Jameson, hashtag knew what's going on. CK, who you want to shout out in the chat, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Shout out to the chat, just having a good time after such a rough and annoying loss. Everybody's spirits up high, knowing that we're gonna move on to the next game. This man Ari, I gotta shout him out. I know he's already got the wrench next to his name, but this man, he's keeping the chat alive, but he is out of control in the same breath. It's been great to see. But yeah, man, shout out to the CK crew, everybody. We having a good time tonight.
Yes,
it's
sir.
okay. We got the next game on Thursday.
Yeah, and like you said, it didn't hurt us too bad. So
right.
It's we weren't gonna win the tiebreaker with them. They already own the season series. It was just still wanted to get one up on them and separate from the pack a little bit. But it is what it is. Bounce back Wednesday in Minnesota, and hopefully we could get that W. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Let's see, some more super chats came in. Boston Nick says few bright spots because I love being optimistic. In the first half is Obi, Rose, and IQ. And Noel was doing it for us also. These type of games will make us better. Entire league knows our kryptonite, though. It's on display. The tape is on display. So, going to have to figure out how to get a bit more creative on the offensive end. Get out and run. And that's from rebounding well, pushing the pace, and being more aggressive on the defensive end. You got to look to do those things because the half-court offense is what it is. I don't think it's going to change too much.
Not it. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to change too much. A1 Day sends a super chat. Appreciate you. King Matthew sends a super chat. He says, Angel is trash. Ash deserves a better man. And why is Peyton still starting? Get the freak off my team, you bum. And Bullock got to come off the bench. Not going to lie. King Matthews sends a super chat. Angel, you my guy. I just, they spending dough, man. They spending dough. I'm just the messenger. So
Angel, you're not trash.
Yeah, no, you're good people, Angel. You're good people.
Man.
We say that all in jest. You know what I mean? You say that all in jest. So it is what it is. All right, back to the phones we go. Josh from Atlanta, what's going on?
Hey guys, appreciate you guys doing the show and everything. Just wanted to call in. Oh, actually, first of all, this is the first time I've called in, and CK2K was on the show.
Yep.
Run the intro. Had to get that.
Yes,
on.
sir.
Run the intro.
Anyways, yes, sir. Anyways, just wanted to quickly call in. Obviously, frustrating loss. It's hard watching the game, like when the team like Miami is just making you try things that your team isn't good at. Trapping us at the top of the pick and roll, just like you mentioned all day, CP. It just forces us into becoming a jump shooting team, and you actually get nothing from any of your wing players from the perimeter, and that's always going to hurt you.
Yeah.
I think an earlier caller mentioned it earlier, on the show. Just the bench gave us life, man.
Yeah. They always do.
And,
they always
we were
do.
Playing majority, for sure. And we were playing majority of the second quarter, and that's when we took the lead, and that's when we got up, and everything was going good. But Tibbs just stuck with the ones, and as the earlier caller said, it just killed most of everything. But one thing I do want to ask you guys, obviously it's cool seeing the team being good and whatnot, and there's a good chance we might make the playoffs. Obviously, if we do make the playoffs, every team is going to play defense on us like this. So is there anything that we can do with these last two spots opened up on the roster, or are we just going to inevitably, pull for this team all year and then just got to see a defense take us out of the game in the playoffs?
Yeah, 2 roster spots open. When is the deadline to sign people? Because I gotta think they're waiting to see if anybody else gets bought out before they make any final decisions, right?
Don't quote me. I think I saw the 11th, April 11th.
April 11th.
I'm not 100%, but I think that's what I saw.
So I think they could be waiting up until the last minute to see who shakes loose. They have 2 roster spots open. They got rid of Ferguson, which I'm not surprised. Ferguson's his name. Terrence. What's his name?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. I didn't think he had a chance. A lot of people was asking about him, like, he had any chance on this team. He was never going to play, so he's gone. And they got rid of Poirier. We lost Mitch. We have 2 roster spots open. I got to think they take one for Boogie and the other one for a guard or maybe a 3-and-D wing. And yeah, we'll see who shakes loose there. I think Boogie could be available, could be had. Jeff Teague is signing with Milwaukee.
Good.
They can't get Austin Rivers back, but Austin Rivers is also going to Milwaukee, or was rumored to be going to Milwaukee. I don't know if that's still the case with Jeff Green going there. I'm not sure. So
That's a confusing situation.
Yeah, Otto Porter could be a realistic possibility.
I'm
I would go
entertaining that
for
one,
him.
man.
Yeah.
I understand, the injury history and him duping the Bulls out of money, but at the same
Man,
time,
that boy got the bag.
Yeah, he sure did.
That
But
boy got
I'll
the
take
bag.
whatever little he got because
Yeah.
I know he's gonna give us defense and hopefully the shot will be there. I'll take it. I'll buy
I
on
would
that
take
for
him
the rest of the season.
Yeah, I would definitely pick up Otto Porter, 100%. Cynthia, yes. Ferguson is definitely gone. Drummond went to the Lakers, of course. So we'll see, man. As K-Say says, hell no to Boogie. I mean, listen, you're talking about third string guys. These guys are not going to have prominent roles barring injury. So at this point, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. But we need bodies, man, because like I said, I had a feeling Noel was going to get banged up in this game, and he did in the first quarter. Yeah. All off of a dead play. So it could happen just like that. Thomas from Connecticut, what's go, bro?
Hey, how's it going, CP, CK and Ash, big fan.
How you doing, man?
So I wanted to call in today, bring a big point. Our team is lacking offensive versatility.
Oh yeah.
It's super frustrating. We're third in offensive scoring, last in fast break points. And it's not something that we're going to see roll over in one day or in the playoffs.
No.
A lot of this has been in flashes, that versatility, when we come back from 17. But you can't go into the playoffs with anomalies. So I think the biggest point we need to do is bring those pieces in the buyout market. We need to bring in DeMarcus Cousins. We need to bring in Alonzo Trier. DeMarcus Cousins has those mannerisms of Julius Randle. He's a proven all-star in this league.
You said bring back ISO Zoe? Interesting. Were you the guy that hit me on Twitter about ISO Zoe? Somebody else did as well.
All right,
Thanos. Yeah. Depressed Knicks fan, yelling face.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, ISO Zoe. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Look, I went through the list today, and there was nothing depressing me. Yeah, like Henton, whatever. Cool, that's great. But we really need those offensive pieces to push the ball up the floor.
Yeah,
we're not going to be ready for the playoffs. Just that, and so you can't coach a ball to go in. You live and die by the three. We need those players to come in, hit those shots when Bullock isn't hitting it, when Burks isn't hitting it. And we're not going to get prayers from Frank anymore.
Yeah, but and appreciate the call, bro. He's not going that far down the bench, fam.
No.
This is it. Yeah. What you're seeing is what you're getting going into the playoffs. None of these buyout people, I don't care if it's Ilyasova, whoever it is, I don't care. ISO Zoe, they would never bring him back. But what I'm saying is none of these guys are going to be expected to have any type of prominent role. Nope. The 9-10 guys that you see going out there tonight are the guys we're going to war with all the way through May. That's it. They got to play better. Period. They got to play better. Bullocks have better games. Randall's have better games, of course. RJ's have better games. This was just a bad matchup. This is not a good matchup for them. And we've seen it 3 games now against this team. It's not a good matchup. Burks has had better games.
4 shots. Yeah, he has definitely had better games.
Yeah. None of these guys that get off the scrap people are even going to play, barring injury. So, this is it, man. Play with the house money. This is what we have.
It's just, you're right. And I don't mean to beat on a dead horse, but, it's just frustrating because everything you just said is completely true. But then still knowing that we got to go into every one of these games with Elfrid Payton starting.
That's
it's
it. That's not going to change, man. It's not going to change. So,
he just make him go out there and score 0 points and still be the starter.
Put it this way. Minnesota's defense won't be as good.
So right. This is his chance to up his stats so he looks better.
This is his chance to turn it around. That's just it, man. A couple more super chats. Paul Robinson says, low-key, the MVP chance just distract Randall. Yeah, we got to cut that out. Maxwell Walter says, tough loss. This one hurt, no lie. Julius didn't look right. Need Big Dog to get healthy if we want to be competitive in the playoffs. I'm with you, Ash. Leon Rose, let's go sign Boogie.
Ryan. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah. I appreciate that I am right or you're with me. But let's dial back for a second to the MVP chance distract Randall? Do you guys think he's that one-dimensional?
No, I don't think it distracts him. No, I don't think it distracts him. I just think it's a little like, all right, we're getting a little too carried away. Like, let's just bring it back in. You know what I'm saying? Let's just bring it back in.
Carried away in what sense? If he's not the MVP, who is?
Yeah, he's the MVP of the team, but it's just, yo, we losing right now, man. We're losing.
You mean we lost?
We lost the
tonight?
game. We lost the game. Some of that stuff is just a little too cringe for me. I'm sorry. It's just a little too cringe. You know what I mean? I like it. Listen, I like bigging up Barrington. I told you Julius was going to be the MVP of this team, as I say all the time. But it's a little.
You also wanted to trade him for a chop cheese.
It's a little overboard.
Man.
She always pull my stuff out the freezer. CK always pull my joints out the freezer.
He was talking about how, in the very beginning he'd be MVP, but it didn't take him long to want to trade Julius Randle for a chopped cheese, a quart of water, and maybe a grandma's cookie.
I'm like Tibbs.
Real pressed.
So was Tibbs. So did Tibbs, as we found out.
Ashley didn't.
But you're not the coach or the GM. And you've had you've had some cold takes as well. You've had some cold. You didn't even want D Rose on the team. All right. I can go in the freezer too, Ashley. I can go in the freezer too.
My 2 cents on the MVP thing is I'm on both y'all's side because I have no problem with it. No, here's what. Let me explain. I have no problem with it, but I don't like when he's like 4 for 17, 4 for 18, got no points right now.
That's what I'm saying.
And we got the MVP chance going on. I think that's whack. But when he's having one of those great games, goes to free throw line in the fourth quarter, we're on a good run, and you get the chance, I'm cool with that. So it's just my problem is just as soon as the game starts, he gets fouled with a minute into the game, the MVP. I don't like that. I think it's whack. I think it's weird.
It could also be a morale thing, trying to boost him up a little bit. Listen, I understand.
We ain't gonna treat him like Obi. He ain't a little kid, all right? We ain't gonna give him that same little treatment.
Listen, I feel like, at the end of the day, even an MVP has a bad game or two.
Yeah,
100%, right.
Listen, he gutted it out, man. He gutted it out. He tried.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's not going to change. I guarantee you when Julius Randle's back on his ones and twos, because right now,
on Wednesday, he will.
Not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Those MVP chance will be 100% warranted. So.
Yeah. Just speaking of Julius, Chuck D says Julius getting post-chop, bro. The empty arena is making the relationships closer between the refs and the players. Everything on the court is heard and magnified. That's a good point. Paul Robinson Super Chat says, I'm not even a Knicks fan. I'm here for Ash. All right. So he's throwing his hat in the ring. KnicksFanTV, Paul Robinson. Unashamed. This is a judgment-free zone, so appreciate it.
You know what, Ari? Bite me. Because he said Ashley also thought we can get Zach LaVine for Elfrid Payton and Frank.
Yeah.
I said if I was doing the deal, we could get Zach LaVine for Elfrid Payton and Frank. I would make it happen. They can't, but I could.
That's the same thing.
Same thing.
All right. And Ari's the same person who wanted to dump Julius Randle.
Oh, yeah. For at all cost. By any means necessary.
About wanting Zach LaVine and thinking and trying to get him for the cheapest amount possible when you wanted to dump Julius Randle after the 2 weeks into the season to the highest bidder. Get out of here, Ari.
Ari was by any means necessary, man. Michael Kami sent a super chat. He says, you guys need the love a little more after bad losses, but I'm always tuned in. Thanks. Rare Edition says, dude just called our 3&D guy Burlock like Dragon Ball Z character. Is that where that was from, CK? Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, I didn't even put the two together. Yeah. I guess so. There you go.
Because
he was not changing his stance. That kind of makes sense.
A1 Day, appreciate the super chat. Real Rel says, yo, CP Ashley gonna make me call the line over here. She's talking reckless. No, at YMCA, we hoop out here in Edenwald. Where's Edenwald? Jersey? Where's that, Jersey?
No place called Edenwald.
Where's Edenwald? I think it's Jersey. Hashtag no simping.
Sounds like a kingdom in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's a sounded real,
of Eden.
real regal. Sounded real regal.
Of Lord Edenwald.
House of Edenwald.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Prepare for duel. Definitely not.
Here we go, Mary Poppins. All right, SKB, what's going on, bro? SKB, what up? Yo.
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, CPCK Ashley, much love and blessings to you and yours. First of all, I'm from the Bronx, so Edenwald's from the Bronx, all right?
Bronx,
Edenwald,
okay.
There's a lot of dangerous
Still
people
not
over
scared.
there. It's the Bronx. You feel me? I'm just saying. Right? Tough loss,
Yeah.
That's already been said, but I just want to be brutally honest with us Knicks fans. Our success this year has been attributable to only team play, not individual talent. Like Randall, I love him. All the work he's put in, I respect it. But his success is based on team success, not individual. When he starts to go off and he gets into his bag where he thinks he's better than, my bad. He thinks he's better than what he is, and he forces some ridiculous stuff because of the whole offense. And it could, it could work with those teams like Minnesota, but it ain't gonna work with Miami. And there's nobody on the. I'm sorry. I just had a bunch of points. I was just trying to get it all out. The reason why second unit works so good, the reason why second unit is a spark, is because they play so well together as a unit. That's why they're such a spark. They all play their role. They play their role to a T, and they could become that spark. Our starting lineup, they get out of that funk, and we got the ISOs from Randall. We got the bad shots from Bullock. We got contested layups from Payne all the time. Like it kills us.
Yeah.
We just got to be more disciplined when it comes to those teams. If not, the playoffs is going to be a short run. And, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
One thing, I love Tibbs. He definitely should be in the running for Coach of the Year, but he needs to do something with our offensive sets. Like, it's just too simple,
Yeah, it's too much one-on-one. It's the mellow offense, man. It's the mellow offense.
I'm telling you, if he starts to run like some double screens or something to get some open shots for guys, something simple like that, it could definitely work. But it looks like he just throws the ball to Randall and tells him to go cook, and it kills our ball movement. Everybody's just stagnant. Everybody's just standing around. It's like you said, Melo ball all over again.
Yeah.
And he's not as good as Melo. Like he's great. He's an all-star, but individually, he's not as good as Melo. He's not that good. He's not as good as Jimmy, like what Jimmy did in the third quarter to put the team on his back and go on that run in the third to win a team. That's what a all NBA player looks like. And Jimmy, Randall, I love him, but he's not that. And he can't play like he starts to think that he is. And once he starts that, the double teams come in, the turnovers back to back in the fourth, killing us. It can't happen.
Gotta move it.
Can't happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's it, man.
100%, man. Appreciate the call, bro. Definitely gotta find some more creativity, some more movement in the offense for sure, man. Because again, against a team like this, you're playing right into their hands. So and that
the chat's not a fan of how you said Edenwald was in New Jersey.
I didn't know where he was talking about. I didn't know where he was talking about. Salute to the BX. Yeah, there's no disrespect to the BX. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Don't ever disrespect the Bronx
Listen,
again.
man. Listen. Would never disrespect the Bronx like that. Come on, man. Yeah.
All I heard is that caller just completely agree with CK that a certain point guard needs to be signed in the offseason. That's all I heard. But
yeah,
I agree.
Sounds
Team ball is
like,
where it is whenever we play the best.
People will sneeze and you will hear Lonzo.
I didn't. Did I say the name? You said the name. I didn't say the name. I didn't say the name. You said the name. I didn't say.
CK, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. What do you want for dinner? Lonzo's coming to the Knicks.
I didn't say no name.
CK,
that wouldn't be a bad idea, man.
Lonzo's coming to the Knicks.
All I'm saying is, am I wrong? That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But
yeah, team ball, 100%. Yeah, we play so much better when we move the ball. I understand, I think that also comes down to, I hate complimenting the Heat, but it comes down to their defense. It forces us to start forcing the issue and do a lot of the hero ball, which I'm not a fan of, but that's just how it goes because, we keep passing the ball. And unfortunately, when you ain't got no shooters that's going to shoot the ball when we move the ball and it ends up in Elfrid Payton's hands, that's what comes next. The trust starts to go away. Julius Randle starts turning into, that guy that, the faux Melo, I guess. But yeah, team ball is definitely the best game plan for us. But I don't know, man. Tonight was just a rough one.
Zoe to NY.
Zoe to NY this summer.
I said no names. You're the one that said his name. So you started it. I just said a certain point guard should be signing off season. I didn't say any names.
You the fan club, the president.
Listen, it wouldn't be a bad idea, man. It would not be a bad idea. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Salute to everybody from the Bronx, man. If you're from the Bronx, throw a BX in the chat, man. They tight, man. They tight. The Bronx is tight.
He said, first of all,
man,
tight.
Don't have some respect.
My man was tight, man.
Right.
Sheesh.
Why did he say Bronx like that?
I don't. Listen.
My bad. Didn't know we were supposed to know every project and city in New York.
No, that's all I'm saying. Come on, man. But yeah, throw your cities in the chat, man. Let us know where you guys checking in from, man. Salute to everybody in the BX. All right. Let's get some. JJ, what's going on? JJ from Brooklyn, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what's good? How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Good. Yeah, man.
Nah, we got borough
we
wars
switch
going
this
on with the
starting
chat,
lineup.
man.
I'm sorry.
We got borough wars
We
going
gotta
on
get
in the
Payton
chat.
out of there. There's no spacing. It's just, it's just not gonna work. We gotta get Rose in there.
Yeah.
I would get Rose and Burks in that starting lineup. You gotta space it out. The thing is, don't get me wrong. I love Randall, but when he's your number one option, there's gonna be times where you're gonna struggle as a team. Now he's our guy, but he's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's your best option, there's a problem there. Until you get that wing, who could really take you home. No, that's why in the off season you gotta try and get a meeting with Kawhi or kidnap him or something, and then snag a ball. Get Lonzo Ball as natural point guard. We gotta find that point guard to settle things down. Get everybody set up.
Yeah.
Just the offense is just that everything is just half court. Everything is a struggle. It can't just be dump it to Randall, especially tonight against Adebayo. He's a legit defender. He's one of the elite defenders as a big man. So that bullying stuff, that's not going to work with him down there. So, everything's a struggle. There's no up-tempo. There's no fast break points. So when you're playing elite defenses like Miami, I know the record isn't great, but, they had a lot of guys out with Cove and all that. It's going to be a struggle. I think it's going to be a struggle to get in as a top 8 seed, to be honest. It's going to be tough, man. I mean, I'm not sweating it. I'm not, if we get in, great. If we know we get in the lottery, great. Hopefully we get some luck in there for once. But, I'm pretty much good with whatever happens at this point. They've already given me more than I expected. So, but that's it. Have a good night.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man. Well, listen, again, when their primary bread and butter is, Peyton off the pick and roll, the RJ off the pick and roll, he shut that down. So it was back to Randall, a lot of one-on-one. Like I said, I thought D-Rose had a lot of chances. He had a lot of looks, had a lot of opportunities to make plays out there, and he did. But it's just not enough movement in the offense to really keep this Heat defense at bay. So that was tough, man. Salute to JJ. Let me go from Jay from Florida. Jay, what's going on, bro?
The enemy. Who's kidding?
Yeah, run it up for your boys.
Yeah.
Hit that like button.
Let's go.
That subscribe button. Let's get it.
100%.
Turn it up for the fellas. CK was good. TP was good.
Yeah, bro.
Take Ash was good. Ash, I feel like you've been a Knicks fan since about 2013. I feel like you're a new Knicks fan. I feel like you are in front for the people. But that's a conversation for a whole nother day. Yeah, I feel like
you know what they say about opinions.
The Dodgers trying to get in there where you fit in. Anyway, this team is cool, man. Like people on Twitter, Knicks Twitter, talking about Alex Burks, giving Alex Burks $20 million a year, $15 million.
Buggy. What do you mean, bro?
All that money, it's inconsistent. They talking about signing him long term over $10 million. Like you can't give Alex Burks a long term deal for that kind of money.
Nah, not per year. I know what Benji was saying was 2 years, 15. That's 7.5. Nothing. No 15 per.
I feel like he could get more than that. I feel like he could get like $10 million. I
Could.
want to sign Alex Burks. I'd rather play Knox and try to get him going and save a little money. The draft, I'm trying to get what's his name, Book Knight from UConn. You know what I'm saying? Get a nice wing to go along.
Yeah.
Like your man JJ from Brooklyn was saying. Wings win in the league. Jimmy Butler came out there and scored, 18 points in the third quarter by himself.
Yeah, 15.
Wing. He swings the whole pendulum of the game.
Yeah, he did. Changed the whole game.
An elite wing to come out there and play with RJ. Yeah. Like they were saying, Randall's cool. He's not a real number one option. If Randall's your 2 or your 3, you set. You good to go. I say 3 mostly. If Randall's your third option, your team is fire. You want to pass.
Yeah,
success.
that's what I said.
My thing, like I always say, CP, exactly. My thing, like I always say, CP, in the long run, 4 or 5 years from now, I love this season. It's a Cinderella season, but I want to see what's going to happen to our team in 4 or 5 years. Where we going to be at? What kind of players we going to have? If we have Lonzo, Book Knight, RJ, Randall, we talking. I don't want us to get stuck in this Bullock and Burks and sign them to long-term deals and bringing back Payton and signing Rose. Rose don't got no legs no more. Like, we got to let it go. And the system, going back to the system,
when Johnny Bryant becomes a coach, because I'm putting out there, Johnny Bryant will be the next coach in New York Knicks. You see how the Jazz play. They moving the ball. The day before, yesterday's game, last game when Randall was out, they was moving the ball a lot. It was a shaky game, but they was moving the ball and moving themselves. Johnny Bryant will have this team moving the ball with an actual offensive system outside of just giving the ball to Randall, let him do it. And they need to stop crying. Tibbs is promoting the crying culture with Randall. He's making it seem like okay, and the refs is taking it to heart. The refs is waiting all game, and they screwing him in the third and the fourth. To me, in my opinion, they say, oh, you talking? Let's screw you in the third and the fourth. They lost the Brooklyn game like that, the Philly game like that, and kind of the Heat game like that. So I feel like he needs to change that.
Yeah,
you know
100%.
I'm out. Y'all have a good night, Ash. Keep doing the cold takes. I see you trying to do what you're trying to do. Salute. I like the hustle, right? But you're coming off as a Fugazi Knicks fan, 2013 Knicks fan. We in there since the 90s.
I rebuke that.
We lost that? We lost them?
Oh, tragic. Lost.
Jay wanted to smoke. But nah, he spoke on Johnny Bryant, and Johnny Bryant got passed up on the Utah job. Was an instrumental figure for the Jazz, though. You know,
I
Quinn
thought
Snyder.
he turned it down. He got passed up?
Well, what I mean in pass, it's passed on from him. He's not in consideration. I don't know who passed on what. But we do know Kenny Payne turned down DePaul. But Mike Woodson is a goner, man. Mike Woodson is going back home to Indiana. Salute to Woodson, man. And he's going to be the next head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers. And, you know, he had a lot of interesting things to say, man. He thanked Dolan, first and foremost. He said, I want to thank my Knicks family for allowing me to get out of my contract and come home. Jim Dolan gets a bad rap in New York, but he was a great owner for me. He allowed me to head coach and allowed me to come back and be assistant. I have him to thank. Leon West, Scott Perry, Tom Thibodeau, what a great coach. His beautiful staff that has assembled in New York, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, Woodson,
Where's
man.
the lie? I had no problem with it. He's right.
Yeah.
He said for me, and he's right.
Yeah.
he's very right, except for the part where they let him go for Derek Fisher. But that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, I mean, he's not completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Yeah. So salute to Mike Woodson, man. Definitely got a lot of respect for him. You know, wish him well. And yeah, I mean, look, he was probably like the third assistant, right? Johnny Bryant was really first in line, then Kenny Payne, and then Woodson. So you know, I'm not sure what Woodson's role truly was on this team, but you know, he's moving on into a great opportunity for him. So hopefully he turns that program around.
Also, I'm not mad. I was looking for something to prove a point since, listen, one thing about me, if you're going to come for the queen, you better not miss. So, therefore, this is the year 1993.
Let him know, Ash. Throw the receipts. Let me get him on the full. Let me get him on the full screen. Go ahead. Throw it up in the camera, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, since 1993,
Give him the
I was
receipts.
inducted into the Knicks family.
Give him the receipts, man.
There you go.
In my baby picture with the New York Knicks, the vintage snapback.
Vintage, all white.
Like I said,
it went black. It went dark. It went dark on us. There we
if
go.
you are going to go ahead
I want
and
that snap, though. That snap look fire.
Yeah, snap fire.
you better not miss, ladies and gentlemen, because I have been true to this, never new to this. Just know that, okay? Just know that. So my man's on the other side of the line. Make sure you do your research. Google is free, baby. Okay? Moving on.
And I'm seeing all the receipts going up in the chat. Timothy Carr, Ash got the receipts. Ooh. Man, Jay.
Just know that.
Jay.
Check and mate.
You gotta know what's going on, Jay.
Carry on.
She got the old school spree joint in the background. Champion joint. You gotta respect it, bro.
said Photoshop.
Who said somebody said Photoshop?
Yeah.
Oh man, so to everybody in the chat, man, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Let me go through some more super chats. Kenny Gale says, hit the Penguins for your squad. Happy Feet finally put the ball on the floor. I'm ready to throw hands with Peyton. Man, is Helen Keller out there. Yeah, Peyton just decided not to pass it to anyone these days. I don't know. He's passing, it's just not his thing. Finishes the game with 1 assist once again after starting. So
That's
not
so
good.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
That was one of his strengths coming into the league.
Yeah,
and
it was.
all of a sudden it disappeared. I don't understand.
Big time.
Man. I don't understand.
Big time disappeared. Who else sends a super chat here? Boston. Oh, Ignis Magnuson sends a Iceland super chat. Says, love your show. Greetings here from Iceland. Let's hope we will not see 88 points again this season. Yeah, not in the modern NBA, but it was tough, man. Definitely tough. Who else we got? Angel says, CP, I never get mad or upset at these chats. I'm a Virgo. We are calm and chill. It's official. I'm Smooth Angel from Philly. Tell Ash. Love her hair and keep smiling, and I can cook. CK2K get Lonzo here. No doubt.
You see how he does it? Do you understand why I give him the nickname? This man sandwiches
He
them.
mixes it in, man. Yeah.
It's just I'm just saying.
Hey, Virgos do have calm demeanor. I'm not an astrology guy, but I am a Virgo as well, so I can attest to that.
Well,
You know what I
I
mean?
know
can
a
attest to that.
never mind.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that off the air.
Okay. All right. No doubt. Alan Berman says, I'm a Miss Potato Head, but having Woody and Indy gives us another pipeline like Kentucky. Yeah.
Potato Head.
Yeah.
On, man.
A1 Day says Jules will average a triple dub to please Knicks fans. We'll have to average a triple double to please Knicks fans. All right. I don't think anybody was overly critical of him. I just, people, yeah. Let's go. Oh, we got the Knicks chick in the building, a.k.a. Maria. Maria, what's going on?
What's up? How are you?
What's good? How's everything? You went to the game, right?
I went to the game, and can I tell you how annoyed I was at how many Heat fans were in the building?
Yeah, it's getting annoying, man. It's that new age. It's the new age Heat fans. It's like the LeBron D Wade Heat fans, Maria. I can't stand it.
Yeah, and you know what? If you can kick out fans for wearing Van Dolan shirts, I feel like we should be able to kick them out for wearing Heat gear.
Get them up out of here,
You
man.
should only be able to come into the Garden if you're wearing a Knicks jersey. Like, it's only 2,000 of us allowed in there, so everybody should have to have a Knicks jersey on.
Right.
But it was tough. Today was tough, man. That Heat defensive scheme, just completely suffocated us. I feel like we couldn't do anything. It looked like we hadn't even had any offensive plays to run. Our main scorers didn't even seem to get the balls in their hands. Like, Burks, I think, only got up a couple of shots.
Yeah, only 4 shots for Burks tonight.
Yeah, 4 shots. I mean, there was also times that he was open that they just didn't get to the ball to him because we don't have a point guard.
Yeah.
But, they also weren't, they weren't setting screens. It's not like they were running pick and rolls. So our offense was definitely lacking. It was bad. But Randall he looked like he was walking on eggshells today. He obviously is still suffering. I don't know if it's still some soreness, but you could tell that he wasn't himself today.
Yeah, 100%, man. Julius was definitely dragging that leg. He tried, he tried, but definitely wasn't himself. It was tough to see RJ out of his game again.
He came alive. I feel like he came alive for a minute, like in the second when we had that run, and then just back down. You felt like I'm not criticizing him. I think if he's hurt, by all means he should take the time to rest. I was actually surprised that he played as many minutes as he did, but
yeah.
But you could tell that definitely hurt us because he was in the game, but not as productive as he usually was.
Big time.
But that fourth quarter, can we talk about why Obi started and stayed in the fourth quarter for that long?
Yeah, Maria, I was good with his first half energy, you know what I'm saying? But second half, he was Obi again. I got to see Knox in there on a regular. I think it's time to free Kev. Please. It's time to free Kev, man.
You love the free Kev hashtag.
Yeah, but RJ was also on the bench at that point, though.
Yeah, I don't know,
RJ's
man.
on the bench. We got Obi in there for a good 5 minutes. And that's, in the fourth, I feel like in the fourth in the NBA game, if you're down 10, 12 points, you always have a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were going to make one more run at a comeback. It was then. And you put Obi Toppin in and have RJ Barrett sitting on the bench and leave him in there at that. You know what I mean? He's not the player that's going to ignite an offensive run for us in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Tibbs gotta be careful with them OB minutes. But like I said, I'd rather see it go to Kev. Yeah, it was just tough, man. And like I said, that third quarter, the end of the third quarter, we were down 5 with a minute left, and we finished down 11.
Yeah.
Finished down 11. Three
Offensive
pointers.
board, I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I know they killed us on the offensive boards because it looked
Don't
like
do it
they
to
just
yourself,
got
Maria.
everything
Don't
they
do it.
wanted and we got nothing.
Yeah, they
Don't
finished.
even look, right? I know.
Don't do it to
But I know
yourself.
it feels that, like, you know when you don't know the numbers, but you could feel it? Like,
Yeah.
it
Right.
felt
Yeah.
bad.
No.
I was like, they're just grabbing everything.
Yeah. They finished with 12
Yeah, that was-
offensive
it was a tough
boards,
one.
man. 12 offensive boards. Meanwhile, you and MSG having to battle it out with the Heat fans in there. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you see my voice sounds a little raspy now because when I'm Heat fans right now, I'm like, don't respect my damn garden. What are you doing
Yeah,
out here?
you wanted to
bringing
smoke.
your COVID up here to us. Like, no, go right back down to
Hey.
South Beach. No.
Ashley with the straight.
I've been COVID free. Thank you very much.
Wait, are you from Miami? I'm sorry.
I'm from New York, but I live here in Miami, and I've been staying
Yeah,
COVID free.
Ashley's a beach baby,
Oh,
man.
okay. Some people are staying safe.
For sure.
But yeah, man, today was tough. But we also just lost Michigan, so I'm not really freaking out. I feel like, Julius isn't 100% himself.
Yeah.
We're out our big man. As it is, we're scrapping all year, right? And we're the best we can with a squad that nobody expected to do anything.
Yeah, that's it. And still in what? Fifth? We're fifth in the East. So
Fifth, yeah, right. Fifth.
Yeah, can't really complain too bad.
Yeah.
We didn't really lose too much ground tonight anyway. So I just hate losing to the Heat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
I know. That's why when I heard the Miami chants, I was like, what is going on? And why do we
Wait,
let them
what?
in?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
they did the
crazy.
same thing when it was like D
I'm
Wade's
telling
last
you,
game.
so
I was
there.
hating. You were there
I
for
was
D
at
Wade's
that
last game.
It was
bro.
annoying as hell.
Yeah, I couldn't
believe
take that.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. But
Could
you
not
know what?
believe it.
I've been to a Knicks game in Miami, and there weren't even as many Miami fans. So I don't know where they came from.
Factual facts. I was there. Factual facts.
Right? Like there's more New York fans in Miami all the time.
Yeah.
Because half of us are down there anyway when we run away from the cold. But
100%. Maria, throw the IG out there, man. Let the people know where they can find you because the Knicks chick has been
I
rebooted.
don't know. I'm conflicted.
Let them know. I'm gonna throw it out there if you don't. So let them know.
I think the IG is it's Knicks_chick.
I think.
With an underscore in the middle.
I was gonna say
underscore chick.
It's an official thing and out loud.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, definitely. Glad you called in. You got to call in some more, man. We love when the females call in. We got Cynthia, Ashley's on the show, so definitely call in more often. Appreciate it.
Will do. I love that you have a permanent female on the show, Ashley. Thank you for representing the women out there.
Of course, Maria.
Yes,
Appreciate it, man.
congratulations. I heard you got a spot today. Congratulations to you on SNY.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That was
all right, guys. Hopefully we got to come back this week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully Wednesday, man. But yeah, definitely appreciate the call. That was Maria, aka the Knicks chick, aka Globetrotter. Make sure you guys give her a follow on Instagram. And yeah, man, great call. Great
Yo,
call.
can we also
Cap
talk
off the
about, I
night.
don't know if you guys saw it or they showed it on the MSG network, but
Mm-hmm.
in Miami, you can't watch Knicks games when they play the Heat on MSG. It's blacked out. So I don't know if you guys saw it.
Wait, say that again. You can't.
So you can't
Yeah,
watch
it does that over here too.
You can't watch Knicks games on the MSG network when they're playing the Heat because Sun
In
Sports
Miami.
has Sun Sports has in Florida in general. Sun Sports has
It's
the
the
right
same
to
with LA too.
Yeah,
Clippers
Sun
and Lakers, I can't watch them, so it's the same thing.
Sun Sports has
I
the right to
gotcha.
broadcast all Heat games. So I have to watch it on the
Heat
Miami,
broadcast.
basically the Fox Sports Florida broadcast.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a guy in a kid, like he had to be maybe like 15 years old, courtside at the Garden in a Quickly jersey, okay,
What?
waving down Jimmy Butler for his jersey. Butler takes off his jersey and hands it to him.
This
and
is after the
he's,
game?
making a video of himself, like, yeah.
No, well,
This is after the game.
This happened immediately after the game, and they interviewed
Damn.
him, and they were like, "Oh, why is why did you give the jersey to the fan or whatever?" And basically, he said he was getting words of encouragement from him all game. They were having conversations every time he was on
In
the
a
court.
Quickly jersey. Where was this
That's a
kid's
failed
parents, man?
That's the failed parent. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's a failed parent right there.
Maria
That
should have
heat
thrown
bottom is,
hands
we
to his
have a Emmanuel
parents.
quickly, son.
We should
We
have
have
sick
Emmanuel
Maria on his parents, man.
Yeah.
Where was his parents at? But you know what they say though? We keep having these Gen Z conversations but they say like these kids these days, like they're not team specific, they're more player specific.
Player specific. Yeah, so I know because when I worked the Nets game when they played the Kings, it was really interesting because as you know, CP and I the next day we went to the Knicks game
Knicks
together.
Kings.
And you see the difference in the crowd. So you totally see how, in the Garden, you have the real New York fans, like the real New Yorkers, the real fans of the Knicks, just the real heart and soul of New York City. When you go to a Nets game, it's such a weird dynamic because you have like these Gen Z kids who don't have any allegiance to the Nets because they're too young to remember the New Jersey Nets.
Right.
So you can't even say, oh, maybe that's why they're a Nets fan. They're literally just fans of either KD, Harden, Irving.
Yeah, they're player fans.
They just follow them all over the place. So you have all these random little kids, probably between the ages of like 12 and like 17 years old, in there with their dad, thinking they're so cool at courtside at the Nets game, have no allegiance to the squad whatsoever. They got on Nets jerseys, but they're wearing LeBron sneakers. It's just out of control. Like it has to stop.
Man.
It has to stop.
Somebody in the chat said call CPS. Child Protective Services. Yeah, that's out of control, man. Hey,
It's gotta stop.
And of course, Fox Sports would get that on camera. They try to embarrass us. It's all part of the rivalry, man.
They know what they're doing, right?
They know what they're doing.
I tweeted about it. I said, "What's the vetting process at the Garden?" Like,
yeah, I didn't see that. I was setting up the show, so I didn't see that. But they definitely didn't show that on MSG. No way.
Yeah,
Dolan would not have it.
Yeah, we saw Jimmy without the jersey, but I didn't know who he gave the jersey to. So that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. But great show. Despite everything, went down, but still made a good show out of it, man. 98-88. Knicks go down. Get swept in the season series, man. So bounce back Wednesday against the T-Wolves. CK, sign out for us, bro.
Yeah, man, not much to say about tonight's game, but we will bounce back and we will have a better game on Wednesday against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like I said earlier, you know what? Sucks to lose, but at least we didn't really move too far because of other teams that we're looking at lost as well. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. See you guys Wednesday. You know what it is. Follow me everywhere at CK2K. New video today and tomorrow. I'll see you guys there.
Let's get it going, Ashley.
As usual, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ash Nicole Moss. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, All In with Ashley Nicole. I do not like the way you guys were coming at me in the chat today, but that's okay. I forgive you.
It's all about smoke.
And also, what we're not going to do is pit two women, Knicks fans, against each other. Shout out to Maria. Please call back. I enjoyed your takes, and I enjoy having another woman giving their knowledge about basketball, and I encourage more women to call in. And all you men in the chat trying to pin us against each other, you're shady and you're corny, okay?
Good stuff, Ash. Appreciate it. Good show, everybody. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Chat was a little rambunctious tonight, man. It's all good, man. It's all about the smoke in the mosh pit. But remember to hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Remember, these shows are available in audio podcast format. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Alexa, Stitcher, all the major podcast platforms on the KnicksFanTV. Go to manscaped.com, enter promo code Knicks, get 20% off plus free shipping on your order. And yeah, man, let's go through some of these super chats before we wrap up. Definitely want to shout out the Rhyme Animal Chuck D says, salute to Mike Woodson. Hit the Knicks in 1981 as a rookie. Yeah, don't forget, man. Woodson also played for the Knicks. We hit 50 wins with Red Holzman's youth movement. 2012, 54 wins, and this year, all 3 times he turned it around. Great points, Chuck D. Salute to Mike Woodson, man. Definitely one of my favorite coaches as a Knick. Christoph says, Obi either getting his happy feet on or Chicago footwork. Wagwan Empress, Ash. Christoph all in on the Simps. Rally Rel says, yo, CP, you got these Queens people in here disrespecting the Bronx. Queens got them big subway rats on every corner that try to walk up on you. See what's good. Yo, there was a borough war that broke out, man. A whole borough war, man. Salute to everybody in the Bronx, man. No disrespect. Definitely didn't mean to disrespect Eden Wall, you know what I mean? I'm always on Gun Hill Road. Salute to my grandma in there. And then I'm in the South Bronx. I'm at Yankee Stadium. But that's about it for the Bronx, So my Bronx geography wasn't all up to speed. But no disrespect, man. We love everybody from all 5 boroughs who always come to respect and salute Knicks Fan TV. No doubt about it. All right. There were some more super chats that came in and they got erased. So let me just get to that really, really quick. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP Ashley Moore, CK2K. On the end credits. All right, let's see. Let's go back to it. All right, supers. Ash, when's the next SNY joint?
So you guys can catch me on SNY this weekend, April 3rd. I will be on Sports Night as usual, so that goes live at 11 for people who are not familiar. And then I will also be on the following weekend, April 11th and April 12th. I think that's the Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, 11 p.m. live. So make sure you guys check it out. And if you catch me on the screen or whatever, snap a picture, either DM it to me or at me on Twitter, and I'll repost you either on either social network. So
100%. All right, rest of the super chats are in. Ari says, I said 2 first-round picks, and you guys all said we couldn't get that for even though Vucevic got 2 picks and 2 young players. I didn't say at all costs. That's more fake news. 2 picks ain't chopped cheese. So he said he wanted 2 firsts for Randall. All right.
They should have pushed Ari off the boat when he was there with Pitbull and Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Ari was down in Miami with Pitbull and Bad Bunny.
Somewhere in an island somewhere trying to get his way back to New York. I should have made that happen somehow.
Angel Super Chat says, Ash, I got your back. They don't know my game. I'll post videos on Twitter soon. Oof. Angel, you got to back it up, man. He said, like Tupac said, I'm rocking with you until the end of time, Ash, and we should rest. Randall, Tebow's game is a must-win. King Matthews, Boogie would be a good fit. Not gonna lie. And should we pick up Iman Shumpert or the Henny God, J.R. Smith? And don't forget about Al Horford. Well, Al Horford's not gonna get bought out, so he's not an option.
He's trying to bring back the glory days.
Yeah, he wants everybody for Woodson's team. Yeah. Magnus Magnuson says, let's all give some in the super chat so Angel can take Peyton out for a beer. Alan Berman says, salute, I'm all good with Elf being here next year. If Theo needs help getting water, you mean to tell me there's not a guard on the waiver wire that can play 15 better minutes than that dude gives us? Hey, did Shabazz Napier ever get picked up? I don't know, man.
Oh, shoot. No, he's still out there.
Facts. A1 Day, appreciate it. Magnus Magnuson got you. Kenny Gales got you. Relly Rel got you. I think that's it. I think I got everybody. Robert Parrish says, would Zoe Ball have made a difference? I think so. I think it would make a little bit of a difference. Yeah. Junior Karoma says they have our number. They came in losing 6 straight games, but when they play us, they look like the team that went to the finals. First Lady of Sports, the Knicks need to watch the finals tape how the Lakers masterfully broke down the Heat zone without outside shooting. LeBron was in the center and AD behind the zone. The Knicks need to practice how to beat the zone. That's one thing you didn't see. You didn't see a lot of us playing in the middle of the paint. You got to get a guy in the middle of the paint to break that down once they double. And they did. The Heat did run that zone in the second half. So they mixed it up. They mixed up the looks. Tibbs, Paul Robinson, Tibbs does not respect offense. He straight up doesn't. Peyton can't shoot. They helped off him. Every elite team plays us the same way. Start a shooter at the 1. Every loss is due to no 3-point shooting. Eric D.
If anyone's interested, Baylor just made the Final Four for the first time in 71 years.
Interesting. Chuck D says, Miami Heat, Miami hating Eric Swamstra, SMH. Mirror ball at us. Was tough with Jimmy Butler, and we're gonna be like that. Their will is OG led, and we will get them. Damn, Miami hate. Yo, I hate the Heat, man. Definitely hate the Heat. Al Diddy says CP Ashley CK2K Tibbs is stubborn and he's trash at in-game adjustments. I grew up in Miami, so I hate watching this team lose to the Heat and their bandwagon fans. SMH. Steve Vernon says can't have Peyton in the game. Heat made the adjustment playing zone in the third, which took Peyton out of the game. Tibbs made no adjustments. Yeah, why not? Maybe just go straight to IQ there, maybe. You know, or if you didn't want to give Rose those extended minutes, try IQ out there. But I think, you know, if the Heat start trapping again, IQ would have been in trouble just the same. So it's just tough. We got to figure it out. Either D-Rose or IQ should have came in that game a little bit earlier. Chuck D says, some teams have our number. Heat knows our next moves before we do. When we are undermanned, out hustle, we are less than average. That's a fact. Eric Swampster boards us up with the muck. He studies us hard, systemized. He's a good coach, man. Walter Ing says, we need Mo Bamba. Make it happen, CK. I think that was from the last show. Dwight C.R. Mitchell will be back for the playoffs if we get there. Stephen Guillaume says, Boogie's washed. Two-man fans obsessed with names. We need a fit. No more washed-up signings. All right. That is it for the show. Salute to y'all, man. See you Wednesday night. The Knicks and the Minnesota Timberwolves tangle it up. Hit that thumbs up on Free Squad one more time. CP Ashley.